Hello students, welcome to Chemitorial channel. So today we are going to do the topic on aldehydes and ketones. So here firstly we will do little bit about the nomenclature of aldehydes and ketones. Afterwards we will do the preparation methods which are common for aldehydes and ketones. So now let us start with our topic aldehydes and ketones. First of all, I would like to introduce you to the functional group present in aldehydes and ketones. So in aldehydes, the functional group present is CHO, or it can also be written like this: single bond with hydrogen, double with the oxygen. And in case of ketones, the functional group is C double bond O. So here you can see that both in case of aldehydes as well as in case of ketones, there is C double bond O, which is called carbonyl group. So due to presence of carbonyl group, reactions of aldehydes and ketones mostly are common. So first I will like you to tell you about the nomenclature of aldehydes and ketones. So let us start with the nomenclature, their common names and IUPAC names. Now starting with the simplest of the aldehydes, here I am going to write the common name, and here I will write IUPAC name. So let's start with the nomenclature. Okay, the first structure or the first formula that I am going to write is HCHO. You can see it is aldehyde group having only one carbon. So common name will be formaldehyde and IUPAC name will be, for single carbon it is meth, word root is meth, for single bond it is ane, and ul is the suffix. Keep in mind that in case of aldehydes we use suffix ul, and in case of ketones we use the suffix on. So you can see here that in every aldehyde the suffix ul will be used, al. Coming to the next aldehyde, here we are having two carbon atoms. The common name is acetaldehyde and IUPAC name will be ethanol. Then coming to next compound having three carbon atoms, it is propionaldehyde and propanol will be its IUPAC name. So same is the case with the nomenclature of ketones also, but I would like to tell you few names of the aromatic aldehydes also. So this is one of the aromatic aldehydes, a benzene ring bearing aldehydic group. So its common name is benzaldehyde and its IUPAC name is benzene carbaldehyde. Now coming to the next member, aromatic aldehyde. You can see the two groups are ortho to each other, at ortho position to each other. Basically it is toluene ring having aldehyde group also, so its common name will be tolualdehyde. If you are going to write his IUPAC name, benzaldehyde will be taken as the parent chain according to IUPAC name, and methyl will be taken as the prefix, which is at position 2, carbon number 2 with respect to this functional group. Functional group is always given number 1 and the next number is given to the carbon, next carbon, which is having a methyl group. So methyl will be at position 2. So its name will be 2-methyl benzaldehyde. Now let us do little bit about the nomenclature of ketones. This was all about the aldehydes. Now let us do little about the ketones also. In case of ketones, the suffix is -on and the very first member will be having at least 3 carbon atoms, because the functional group present in the ketones is in between the 2 carbon atoms. So let us see how. So this is first member. Common name, this is ketonic group, this one, and there is methyl group on either side. So common name will be dimethyl ketone, or acetone also is its common name, but IUPAC name is given according to the number of carbon atoms. So 3 carbon atoms here are there. Word root will be prop, and ane for the single bond between all the carbon atoms. Then suffix -on will be added here because the ketone is present. It will be propanone. Can also be written as propane 2-on. We can also write it like this: propane 2-on. Same thing. Now the next member. So you can see here that this is the functional group. One side we are having ethyl, other side we are having methyl. So the common name will be ethyl methyl ketone. Ethyl comes first because alphabetically E comes first. It will be ethyl methyl ketone. IUPAC name depends on the number of carbon atoms. 4 carbon atoms, so word root will be but. Butane 2-on, because ketonic group is present at carbon number 2. Similarly, we have this ketone having 5 carbon atoms, ketonic functional group in the center. It will be diethyl ketone or pentane 3-on. This cyclohexane ring having ketonic group, the common name will be cyclohexanone. Both for IUPAC also cyclohexanone we call it. So now coming to the preparation methods of aldehydes and ketones. Let us start with the preparation methods now. So first method that we are going to start is the preparation from alcohols. Ketones and aldehydes can also be prepared from alcohols. We know that when we oxidize the alcohols, we get aldehydes and ketones. So that means to change the alcohols into aldehydes or ketone, we need some oxidizing agent. The most commonly used oxidizing agents are potassium dichromate in the acidic medium, chromic acid, that is CrO3, etc., which can be used to convert the alcohols into aldehydes. So first method we are taking preparation methods from alcohols. So here we are taking primary alcohol or 1-degree alcohol. This is 1-degree alcohol which is oxidized in the presence of oxygen, which is atomic or nascent oxygen coming from this oxidizing agent K2Cr2O7, that is potassium dichromate in the presence of sulfuric acid dilute, and it gets converted into aldehyde group. Number of carbon atoms remains unchanged. Now it is changed into oxidized into aldehyde. This is 1-degree alcohol, now oxidized by oxygen provided by the oxidizing agent, and it is converted into aldehyde. Water is also formed as the side product. So if we change R by methyl group, we will get ethanol. So this ethanol in the presence of oxygen from oxidizing agent changes to ethanol. This is aldehyde. Similarly, we can get also ketones from alcohols, but for preparation of ketones we have to take 2-degree alcohol instead of 1 degree. So here I am taking the example of 2-degree alcohol. This is 2-degree alcohol. Its name is 2-methyl ethanol, or sorry, we can call it isopropyl alcohol also, or 1-methyl ethanol. It is 2-degree alcohol. Isopropyl alcohol. So same oxidizing agent will be used here, that is potassium dichromate in the presence of sulfuric acid getting oxidized to ketone. So here we are getting acetone or propanone, which is a ketone. So this functional group, which is alcoholic, changes now to ketonic. Similarly, cyclic alcohols can be oxidized to cyclic ketones, etc. You can see here, this is cyclohexanol we will take in the presence of oxygen, changes to cyclohexanone ketone. This is cyclohexanone. So cyclic alcohol changes to cyclic ketone. So water is also obtained as the side product. In the preparation of ketones also, water is a side product. So by using alcohols instead of oxidizing agents, we can also use some catalyst to convert the alcohols into aldehydes or ketones. So copper can be used as catalyst, which is called catalytic dehydrogenation of alcohols. So this was oxidation of alcohols. Now second sub method from alcohols is by the catalytic dehydrogenation, means hydrogen is taken out from alcohol and it changes to aldehyde or ketone. So the second sub method under the heading of alcohols from alcohols is catalytic dehydrogenation. First was oxidation, the second is catalytic dehydrogenation of alcohols. So in this method we treat alcohols with copper at 573 Kelvin, and their dehydrogenation means H2 is taken out from them and they change into corresponding aldehyde or ketone. So you can see here it is 1 degree alcohol when treated with catalyst copper at 573 Kelvin, this hydrogen is taken out. What is left behind is C double bond O here, and this 1 degree alcohol, it changes into aldehyde. CH double bond O, CHO is left. So it changes into aldehyde. So that means 1 degree alcohols change into aldehydes. You can take the example of ethanol. This is 1 degree alcohol, ethanol. On treatment with copper at 573 Kelvin, we get ethanol. Now starting with 2 degree alcohol, we get ketone. This I am taking the example of 2 degree alcohol. So what will happen when we treat with this catalyst at 573 Kelvin? Again there is dehydrogenation and we get, say both the R groups are different, then you can write R and R dash. Both are same, we can write R and R. So here you can distinguish, one is R group, other is R dash. Means one is methyl, other is ethyl, like that. And you will get here ketone. This is a ketone. So that means 2 degree alcohols, they give ketones. Here you can take the example of 2 degree alcohol. And keep in mind that 3 degree alcohols, they don't get converted to aldehyde ketones, they just undergo elimination, change into alkenes. So 3 degree alcohols cannot be used for the catalytic dehydrogenation, since the product will not be aldehyde or ketone and we will get alkene. So that is not a successful method to prepare aldehydes or ketones from 3 degree alcohols. So here we are taking first the example of 2 degree alcohol. So you can see here and taking the example of propan-2-ol, which is 2 degree alcohol. Its name propan-2-ol. On treatment with copper at 573 Kelvin, it will change into propanone, which is a ketone. Now coming to the next method, that is from hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons means alkynes, alkenes, etc. So here we are using alkynes for the preparation of alcohols. Alkenes can also be used. The second method, Afterward, from alcohols, the second method is from hydrocarbons. So under the heading of hydrocarbons, we have alkynes. That is by hydration of alkynes. First sub method. Hydration means treatment with water in the presence of catalyst like sulfuric acid and HgSO4. That means mercury 2 sulfate. So it is treatment. Hydration means treatment with water, addition of water to the triple bond. So here we get an intermediate also. This is alkyne. General reaction I am taking. It is an alkyne. So I am treating it with water. Water is added to it in the presence of dilute sulfuric acid and mercury sulfate, HgSO4. Intermediate enol is formed like this. One side OH is added, other side H is added. To this triple bond it breaks, changes to double bond, and we get double bond for ene for double bond, ol is for the this OH added. It is alcohol but with double bond. So this type of alcohols where the carbon bearing functional group, alcoholic group, is also doubly bonded to the neighboring carbon, such type of alcohols are called enols. So it is one of the enol. Intermediate which is unstable, it readily undergoes tautomerism. Tautomerism means the shift of proton is there. It tautomerizes. There will be proton shift and it will change into a ketone. So this proton, this H will change, which shift to this carbon. So here we will get single bond and double bond we will get here like this. You can see there is just shift of one proton. H is removed from here from the alcoholic group, shifted to the neighboring carbon. So single bond here and double bond comes here. So you can see now it is a ketone. You can also write it like this, R C double bond O CH3. So this is a ketone. So that means alkynes can be changed into ketones by their hydration in the presence of mercury sulfate and dilute sulfuric acid, which act as catalyst, and this happens to the formation of enol intermediate. So here we are taking the example of propyne, which will be changed into propanone. This is propyne. So hydration, addition of water in the presence of dilute sulfuric acid and HgSO4 gives intermediate where OH adds here double bond. Instead of triple bond we get double bond, and to the neighboring carbon atom but one more hydrogen is added here. So again it will undergo tautomerism and get changed in the same way into a ketone. Here we are getting tautomerism, and what will happen here, I am going to erase it as to avoid the confusion. It will change into ketone. Proton shifts from here to here, right? So both the isomers are in equilibrium with each other, that is why it is called tautomerism. It is a ketone, the name being propanone. Right? So now if we start with acetylene we get aldehyde. So let us do this, changing into it like this. Okay, I am going to change the reaction now. If we start with this type of alkynes, acetylene, this is the only one alkyne starting with which we will get aldehyde and not ketone, because when it undergoes tautomerism, then we will get proton shifts here. We get here CH O and CH3, which can also be written like this, CHO, CH3. That means which is acetaldehyde or ethanol, right? So means by alkyne, starting with alkynes, we can get both aldehydes and ketones, but the method to get aldehyde is starting with acetylene. All other alkynes will give ketones. There is only one alkyne, that is acetylene, which gives aldehyde. Now hydroboration reaction of alkynes. Next method from alkynes is by hydroboration. In hydroboration reaction, alkynes are treated with diborane. So this is diborane B2H6, or can also be written as this BH3 twice. It's a dimer of borane. This is borane and this is diborane. Structure we have already done in +1 class. So if alkynes are treated with this diborane, then we will get aldehyde. So I am starting with alkyne. This is alkyne, and on treatment with B2H6, that is diborane, and in the presence of, you can say, THF, which is tetrahydrofuran. In short, it is written as THF, tetrahydrofuran. So there is addition of, actually BH3 is reacting here, which can also be written like this. This is BH3. So at the triple bond, there will be addition of BH3. H adds on one side, BH2 adds on the other side. So H adds here at one carbon atom, BH2 adds to the next carbon atom. This way, and we get double bond here. So it is also one of the intermediates which on further reaction with hydrogen peroxide in basic medium gives us enol. Again double bond, BH2 is replaced by OH. This is enol. It will further undergo tautomerism and change into aldehyde. This way. So you can see here that one hydrogen is added here. This proton shifts to this carbon atom. We get double bond here at this position. So it is now aldehyde. This is tautomerism. So two methods from alkynes we have done, two methods earlier we have done from the alcohols. So these methods are common for the preparation of aldehydes as well as ketones. Here we are getting aldehyde. If we start with a compound of the type where we are having two R groups attached, we will get a ketone. Now coming to the ozonolysis reaction of alkenes. Alkenes are also one of the hydrocarbons. So third method from under the topic hydrocarbons, third sub method is from alkenes by their ozonolysis. Ozonolysis means addition of ozone, O3. Addition of ozone, that is O3, is called ozonolysis. So here third sub method. So I am taking here alkene. This is alkene, treating it with ozone. So there again intermediate called ozonide is formed, which is 5-membered ring. That place where the double bond is present, ozone adds at that place where earlier there was double bond. So 5-membered ring having 3 oxygen atoms, 2 carbon atoms. This type of ozonide cyclic compound is formed, which is called ozonide. Further breaks in the presence of zinc and water, breaks this way, and we get 2 carbonyl compounds, maybe aldehydes or ketones. So that means here we are getting 2 molecules of this type, which may be aldehyde or may be a ketone, and this rest oxygen it is taken by the zinc. So here we can take the example of ethine, CH2 double bond CH2. When it treated with ozone, the ozonide formed will be of this type. Further treatment with zinc and water will give fragmentation this way. So HCHO, 2 molecules of formaldehyde are formed, which are aldehydes. So the aldehyde formed here is methanol. Similarly, we can also get a mixture of aldehyde and ketone also, depending upon the groups attached to the 2 carbon atoms. If the groups attached to the 2 carbon atoms are same, we will get same type of molecules. If here we are having different groups attached, here we are having different type of groups attached, then and after fragmentation we will get different type of carbonyl compounds. Maybe one is ketone, other is aldehyde, or both aldehydes, or both may be ketones. So here we can take one more example for the clarification. So see here, this type of compound, here there is double bond, and the next carbon, let the 2 groups attached may be methyl groups. So you can see there is no hydrogen attached to this carbon. This carbon is having 2 alkyl groups attached to it. So it will naturally give rise to a ketone. So I will also tell you a cut short like this. So where there is double bond, then there at that place we are adding ozone. Ozonide we are, this is ozonide of this type. So here the bond breaks and we get CH3CHO. On treatment with zinc and water, one molecule is CH3CHO. The next molecule is 2 methyl groups attached to 1 carbon, which is carbonyl carbon. Plus we will get CH3, 2 methyl groups attached to carbonyl. One is ketone, other is aldehyde. So the simple method, that which type of product we will get from starting alkene, the simple method is that the place where there was double bond, just break it like this and change this into a carbonyl compound like this, double bond O here, double bond O here. So these will be the final products, you can see. One is ketone, other is aldehyde. Same products we are getting here. So if you have those fragments, then what will you do? Join both the carbon atoms, carbonyl carbon atoms. This is carbonyl carbon, this is also carbonyl carbon. So remove oxygen, double bond oxygen from both, join them by the double bond. We will get the starting alkene. You can see also here. Remove it, change it into a carbonyl carbon. Both are formaldehydes. 2 molecules of methanol or formaldehyde you can see here, aldehyde. And if you want to know the starting alkene from the fragments, from the products, then join both the products, remove their carbonyl oxygen atoms from the carbonyl carbons, join by double bond, we will get the starting alkene, which is ethene in this case. So this is a shortcut, this is a trick. Now the next method is from now the next method that we are going to do will be for the preparation of aldehydes only. So these methods that we have done till now are common for the preparation of aldehydes and ketones. So there are few methods by which only aldehydes can be prepared and few methods by which only ketones can be prepared. So that we will discuss in the next lecture, because it will be quite lengthy lecture. So revise these reactions. Next time we will meet, then bring this topic for you. Bye students.